Hello there, this is Dr. Khushboo Shah. I'm an Access Consciousness Facilitator, founder of Earthlings, a Talk to the Entities Facilitator, and today, as usual, it's a Monday, and I want to talk about inspirations from the earth. Today I'm going to invite a dear friend of mine, co-facilitator, dear friend, Dr. Charu Chopra. She is somewhere in Bhimtal, somewhere in the mountains, and she's literally in the middle of nature. So I thought it'd be great to invite her in and have a conversation about inspirations from the earth. You can't hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? It'd be great to know. I hope you guys can hear me. Okay, cool. So I think my headphones didn't connect properly. So welcome, Charu. And for today's edition of Inspirations from the Earth, I'm going to invite Charu, Dr. Charu Chopra, who's also an Access Consciousness Facilitator, an amazing friend of mine, who is somewhere in the mountains in Bhimtal, and I thought it'd be great to invite her and just have a conversation about nature and earth while she's there. So I'm just going to invite her right now. Oh, she's... Oh. So every Monday I come on and we speak a little about some inspiration that I got from the planet. And today here, hi Charu!
Hi, Khushboo. What's up?
I think I'm so happy you're here and you said yes for this. We don't have too many people online right now, but they'll watch it later. Whoever wants to watch it. I just want to really have
That's absolutely okay.
I just want to really have a chat with you while you're there. So where are you right now? For everybody to know.
I'm in Bhimtal, and
Yes.
it's one of the most beautiful properties that I'm living, like I'm staying
Okay.
in. Actually,
Okay.
if I talk about beautiful, it's really connected to, on the backside of this cottage, there's a deep, dense forest that we go for a walk every day.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can. I'm listening to you. Yes.
Okay. Mm.
So what is
So yeah,
yeah.
this cottage is 170 years old, and
I wonder how you found that one. Good. I actually So the idea of doing this is, like just talking about certain inspirations from the earth, because the earth, like if you're listening to it, if you're just like observing it, if you're being there. So tell me one thing that you'd like to talk about today. Like what has the earth gifted to you today, or what would you like to talk about? Like especially when you go out in the forest, like you want to talk about it, then why do you enjoy it?
yeah, so it's quite interesting because when you asked me in the morning about this call, and I was like, sure, let's just do it. And it's nice
I
to be
had
on
no clue
Instagram.
you were there. I was just like, what would be fun? And then
Yeah, and clearly you're not aware. Absolutely. You have these random bombs that you drop in my universe. Let's just do this. Okay.
yeah.
And so I was going for the walk and I kept connecting with Earth, and
So
there
can I
was a
ask you one
sense
thing?
of,
When you say
yeah.
connecting with the earth, for a lot of people,
Mm.
like what we say makes complete sense. Like I know what connecting with the earth means to you, me. But for someone who's like a novice at these things, someone who's just listening to these things, what do you mean by connecting to the earth? Like what do you do? If there was a few
Yeah.
tips that you wanted to
Okay,
give
if I
someone
say
when
like
they're
in a very layman language,
yeah,
when we go for the walk, so I had a couple
yeah,
of people with me when we were walking, and everybody has a different way of walking on that earth. And one
yeah,
is just walking and have no connection, and yeah, it's nice and it's nice and it's nice.
yeah,
And when I would ask, so what's so nice about it? And that's where they had to like really get present to what is so nice about it. And then, oh, I feel so relaxed here. Oh, there is no thought here.
yeah,
Oh, it's just so much of space. And do you want to do it? And nobody wanted to check their phones. Nobody wanted to do anything.
yeah,
And I said, hey, we kept talking, a lot of us were talking, and I said, hey, what would you like to really do today? And they were like, nothing. If given a choice, if given a choice, I don't want to do anything right now. I just want to
Yeah,
be here.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And nobody wanted to come back and
yeah,
do something. And
yeah,
every time they would tap in that, oh, they want to go back home, is where whole kach 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 things are lined up.
yeah, yeah,
Now, what allowed me to look at it is like in a layman language, I would say, not even what we do in Access, but it's
yeah,
also like the more they are connecting with themselves, it's like recharging how we charge our
yeah,
phone, and then the phone can work for longer. It's like battery charging yourself. And
yeah,
that's what a lot of us were getting through that when the question was put on, oh, it's nice. What is nice here?
yeah,
And that's what connecting, like it's really and then going into deeper into, hey, can you receive, can you listen what earth is so dynamically talking. And
yeah,
as we moved it with every patch had a different energy. There was a sense of like there was a time when we were so today the place where I went to, there was so much joy, there was so much joy that I was just giggling, and there were beings of light, and I was like I laid down and I started like really doing a lot of like really relaxing into receiving.
yeah,
And then there were places where I could perceive the intensity, the density, where probably people have moved and where the stuff has happened on that part of the land. So
yeah,
there were a lot of subtleties which I could perceive while walking on, like walking through the forest. Also, like one something which very beautifully showed up was, so I was having a conversation with somebody, and they said, hey, don't you miss a partner? Don't you miss somebody to be with? And I said, no, I don't miss. And I was like, hey, so what do you miss? So they said, the nurturance, the kindness. And I said, what if that earth is actually giving you, but because you have a point of view that only it can come in a body? And boom, the world exploded. They said, shit, we never looked at it from that space. And there's so much joy that the earth is really nurturing and caring, and there's like just melting. It's just
yeah,
melting.
yeah. No, I
So
get it. I completely get it. Like, when I'm irritated, when I want like my space, one thing I do is maybe just go out for a walk with my dog. But where I stay, it's not very congested, so it's nice to just go out and be
yeah,
around the trees and stuff like that.
you stay in a nice place.
Yeah, I do. What else is possible? But like just being with the tree, the it's just it it kind of like all your thoughts and all that kitch, 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 kitch that you like listen to when from our everyday life, and when there are so many people, it just suddenly just shifts, and all it takes is like 5 or 10 minutes of it. Like it literally takes just 5-10 minutes of just like tuning into this thing, and everything sort of melts, and everything sort of all that crazy mind chatter stops, and then suddenly I am so willing to be aware of everything, and I'm not like trying to sleep or blah blah blah. So what I wanted to ask was, what are your 3 tips, like if you're going out for a nature trek, or if you want to go out, like what are your 3 tips? Because I see so many people looking at it as an escape, and they go
Yep.
and then they come back not like they're sort of recharged, but they're unhappy. Like
Yeah.
a part of them is very unhappy that they've come back, but for me it's not. It's like such an inspiration. I enjoy living in the city. Like I love the fact that I can go out and do certain things. I
Did
love
you?
nature as well. And I love that as well. And so, what are your like? What if? So here, so what are your 3 tips? Like, if you weren't using nature as an escape, but as an inspiration to live, to
Mm.
to really live, to have that like, embodiment and the joy of embodiment. What are your 3 tips? I hope you have
Oh my
three. Whatever
God.
comes out of your mind. Yeah.
Asking me what do you tips is like really difficult.
But yeah,
Um,
maybe not three. Whatever
but
you want
I
to
would
talk. Like,
put,
what is
like
like
I
what
can
would you
put it in
tell?
analogy, a lot of stuff, and
Yeah.
then probably people can figure out.
Yeah, yeah,
So we were walking, and there were different kind of trees
yeah,
growing at different levels. There were different lot of small plants, the big trees, the different colors, the different shapes. Um, there was a lot of chaos in nature,
yeah,
and still there was so much beauty in it.
yeah.
So one of the things that I got from there was, hey, there was no need for one tree to be like the other one.
Exactly. Thank you. Yeah,
There was no need for the taller tree to tell the smaller tree to grow up,
yeah,
and there was no need
yeah.
for anything to change in that chaos.
Yeah, so there was no need to change anything in chaos. There was just this. It's amazing. Like I wish you guys,
Yeah.
if you get like the depth of it, there was no need for anything to change in chaos. Awesome.
The second thing which I really got was, you know how you were talking? Like when you are in the city, there's this kitch, 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 there's every time your mind is like so there with so many thoughts.
Yeah,
And then when you come to nature, just get present that do you still have those thoughts? And if you don't have, then a lot of it is what we pick up when we go to
yeah,
cities.
yeah,
And one of the tools that dynamically I got, like, I really got the tool of who does this belong to while going to the walk and
yeah,
realizing that I don't have a thought here right
yeah,
now. And when I go out in the city, I just pick up.
yeah,
So once I have a sense of me, the lightness, the space, and no thought feeling emotion is what I can take to the city
yeah,
and use it, that, oh, this is my reality, and all I'm aware is around what goes on around in the city, and that's okay.
yeah. Exactly.
Again,
And it's
no
okay. It's
need to
not
change
yours.
it.
You don't have to make it your problem. You are just aware of everybody's thoughts, feelings, emotions. Right. So we
Yeah.
use the tool who does this belong to, like just to become aware of it. This is not even mine.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. Who does this belong to is like one amazing tool
Yeah.
that I got a lot when I move in nature.
Yeah.
Okay, so like really getting present to the subtleties of it.
Yeah.
The other thing which I would say is, which is I think is little difficult, is just go beyond the normal. uh, it's okay to go beyond your routines at times, and it's still a choice that one has to make. It may be a difficult one, like today it rained, it was really cold today,
Yeah.
really we were freezing, and still we asked our bodies, would we like to go out, and the bodies were like, yes, okay,
Totally.
let's go out for a walk. And going out for a walk today was like absolutely the most relaxing walk that I went through. So, asking your body what it really desires to do.
Yeah.
And if you can't do it fully, what, like, when we are in city, we have the routines, and no, I have to go to the office, no, I have to send my child to the school. There are a couple of have tos, but still in between, if you can find patches for yourself to
Yeah.
ask, what does my body wants to do today? What does my body require today? Where would my body like to be? Maybe just a 10 minutes walk, maybe just sipping that coffee, but looking at some tree, some part of earth,
Yeah.
and it just tuning into that.
Yeah. Awesome. Yes. That's
Like, you
great.
asked for 3 tips, so I give the 3 tips.
Which is amazing. Thank you for coming up. I'm sorry I put you on the spot. Like, but
No,
I knew
that's,
you,
I
but
love it.
I knew you'd tap into your awareness and just give us information for sure. Like, so, but no need for change in the middle. No need. Uh,
No need
no need
for
in the
anything.
middle of chaos. Yeah, like no needs. Second was really becoming aware of, look, those thoughts that you think are yours are not even yours. Like that's one of the biggest gifts that nature gives you. Hey, guess what? It's just other stuff and that you're aware of. So really using who does this belong to as a tool. Uh, and what was the third thing? I'm so sorry. This is how my I have like the
Just tune
memory.
in and
Yeah,
ask your body
yeah,
what your body would like to do today.
today,
Just don't
and
get
it's
into the
in the
rut
middle of
of
the
like
routines.
I have to do this. To if I really relaxed
Yeah,
myself into, what would that create?
yeah, awesome. Yeah, like for
And
example,
breathe. Like I can't tell you how much I am breathe,
breathe.
Charu. Just breathe.
Yeah,
Breathe. How much breathing? Like I came from Delhi. My throat was choked. I
yeah,
had bad cold and cough. I and I have some people from Delhi and they are like, as if it seems the layers of pollution are just melting here
melting.
in nature.
Yeah,
It's so breathe. It's available. The air is available. Just breathe.
yeah. Cool, awesome. Thank you so much. Can we see more of the dal or
Sure.
wherever?
I'll show you. So this is like a place where I'm
Yeah,
staying
yeah.
and you can see the mountains.
How does it get better than that? Beautiful. And even wherever you are, you can just tap into those trees. Just like relax and tap into the trees and see if that helps. Um, Thank you so much. So, inspirations from planet, and these are great tips, Charu. Thank you so much. Yeah. Is there anything else you would like to talk about, or anything you'd like to say?
I was having a conversation again and I was like, whatever you're asking for, guys, it's all there. Just just
Yeah.
just
Breathe.
get over with fail and it's there. Just breathe and receive.
Yeah.
There is this whole like I'm consciously practicing to still demand more and still have acknowledgement and gratitude of what's available. Because with what foundation you are asking more is what is
Yeah.
going to get created. So if
Yeah.
you're asking from a foundation, oh, I don't have this and I would like to have that, already getting created from this. But when you ask from the space of what you already have, it
Yeah.
starts expanding from the space of an abundance that you have it. Just ask for more.
Yeah. Yeah. Ask for more. Like the earth doesn't
Ask
stop.
for more.
Yeah, like ask for more. As opposite as what most people say, like we said have what if everything's available? Ask for more. Ask. So
Yeah.
what are you not
Ask.
asking for? That
Ask.
you asked today would give you everything you've been asking for.
Anything, just ask.
Yeah,
Like when walk on the when I walk in the forest and I look at like some unique tree, I say, okay, I like to have that uniqueness that this tree has. Then I walk and there are some beautiful red leaves that are falling on the uh path.
yeah,
They don't have a point of view, oh shit, I've fallen now.
yeah,
They're just there and they beautify the path.
yeah.
Okay.
And then they go back into the earth, and then it's recycles, and then you get something else. Like it's always such a joy to watch the cycles of the earth. And the thing that you mentioned like 2 3 times is the diversity. It's the biodiversity. Like a forest is truly thriving when you see like a biodiversity in the kind of
Yeah.
trees that there are, in the kind of animals, like the flora and fauna. And when it becomes this, and in fact, that's why these plantations, these huge plantations of the same tree, you don't see a lot of biodiversity, the ones that are man-made. So that's actually like a process of self-destruction. But the being
Yeah.
you, the
But I
difference that
also
you
saw the
are,
beauty.
yeah,
Yeah. But I also saw the beauty, like, I was really observing like the same kind of tree, but how different they are.
they are exactly.
Uh, you know,
Like
and
no
we were
two
because
mango
we were
trees are
having
the same either, like
no,
no two.
like we were having this conversation around family,
Yeah,
how every like we were actually saying, okay, this family member, and like how everybody is so different, and how there is in only here when we talk about humans There is
Yeah.
a need for everybody to be like each other
Yeah. Yeah.
rather than
Same thing.
actually.
You have to
And
be
we
not.
know that we are unique.
Yeah.
Every time we are being different, we are asked to not be that difference. But our difference is what creates that whole nature which we see that, imagine like if you just see all the green trees of same size and same leaves, right? But
Yeah.
when you see
And
the
it's like
difference,
scientifically proven, like those plantations which are man-made, which have the same trees and the same kind, are actually not a thriving process. Like there
correct.
is very little biodiversity. That is actually a path towards destruction. But when there's a patch of like the Amazon, like the actual rainforest, like literally 1 meter of a rainforest will have like thousands of different flora and fauna, and that's how nature thrives. And I think even as us and as humanity, as people, if we want to thrive, we're gonna have to really, really embrace our difference and stop being trying to
So,
be the
like,
same.
if I convert that,
Yeah,
so if I convert that in humans, uh, please do not compare yourself with anything.
yeah,
Please.
yeah,
I've done it long. Sometimes I still end up doing, and I keep reminding myself the difference is my uniqueness. I can't do things like others because I am not like others.
yeah.
And you don't have to do anything like others because you're not like others. Just be you. Be you, change the world.
We need to change the world. So it's so cool we're talking about this because we've been doing the money workbook class and this thing. And yesterday it actually came up in this thing, like how people like you compare yourself with people your age, and then you compare how much they're making and how much you're making, and oh my god, I've not reached this age. And I was like, yeah, but how can you, like, they're doing something completely different. Like, how can you compare? It's such a ridiculous thing that we're taught. It's so like, it doesn't make sense. They're in a different country, they're following, the targets are different, they've chosen, like, how can you compare? Are you happy today with what you've chosen? I think that's the only. Are you happy? Are you moving towards a space of more and more lightness? Nothing else matters. Like, and like, stop comparing, be the difference you are, and then the money will flow as well. Like, I know that's like an additional point, but that was just so. Thank you for bringing it up. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Be the difference that you are, and that is what
So,
nature teaches you. Like every
yeah,
single.
maybe actually we can use that question a lot. What difference I am that I'm not acknowledging?
Yeah.
And what
What
difference
difference are you that you're not acknowledging?
and what difference I am that's a gift that universe is asking for.
Yeah. Would you like to talk about more in that? Like, because I always get like people don't think the universe really, like, the universe is like, well, how can I, like, I'm this tiny little puny thing, what can I contribute to it? You can by the difference you be, and what if the difference you be is what's required right now for things to change? Um,
It's so difficult to put it in words, the
yeah,
difference that will be. Like
yeah,
I usually talk, like I give an example of, everybody is in the sea drowning,
yeah,
and because everybody is drowning, you are also drowning. Now you are one person who has a knowing that if I get out of that somehow, I may be the one who can pull out all of them.
maybe if
But
they
when
want to be pulled out again, like,
but that becomes a
yeah,
possibility available to them.
yeah,
Once,
absolutely,
but when you're going to pull yourself out, you will be judged for it. Oh, you're so selfish. Oh, you're only thinking
yeah,
about yourself. Oh, you're not thinking about the family. Oh, you're not
yeah,
thinking about the community. The moment you come out, it becomes a possibility for them. Whether they choose or not is their choice.
yeah.
But if all of them are there,
Yeah.
they are not even aware that there is a possibility that you can get out of that
Exactly.
space.
And just like you're finally being the inspiration where you go, look, it's possible. It's
That's
possible,
your
guys. You
difference.
don't have to be in this rut of craziness.
And
Yeah.
your difference is your knowing. Your difference is your knowing that do you know? What do you, a lot of time people say, I don't know. What do you know? What do you
Cool.
know? Get to that knowing.
What is the difference of you that you've never acknowledged? Everywhere you've tried to suppress it, will you please uncreate and destroy it all?
Yes,
uh,
please.
Did I sound good? Bad, awkward, online shorts, boys and beyond. So what I did right now was just like a little clearing from access. That gobbledygook sentence is called the clearing statement. Point of the question was to bring up the energy that needs to go away so that you can start being the what you're asking for, the difference that you be. And what the clearing statement does is clears away everything that does not allow you to be the difference. It doesn't make logical sense, but if you'd like more information, go to www.theclearingstatement.com. We put it in the description as well. So, anyway, yeah. So, what difference are you that you've been suppressing? And everything that is, let's unhindered destroy all, like sound good, bad, popcorn, online, shots, poison, beyond. I had to do that, like that. I had to do
Yeah.
that. It was in the
And
end. I wanted that energy to sort of be cleared away immediately. So thank
yes.
you for talking about it, Charu. Yeah.
Thank you for inviting me. It's been so wonderful. In the afternoon, I texted you, hey, just Wings of Light. And I laid down
Yeah.
in one of the places. I started listening to that exercise which Shannon does, Beings of Light. If you guys have not read her book, please go and read it. If you're going for some vacation in nature, just go and read that book. So I heard the the audios of Beings of Light.
Yeah.
And then when I woke up after half an hour, I was only giggling and I was so happy. And I am so sorry because I had no reason to
Be happy.
smile and giggle. I was just happy. I
Yeah.
said, okay, I'll have that more universe. No reason to be happy is so wrong.
Yeah. Joy is like your natural state. Like, what will it take for us to like embrace it more and more? Like, thank you so much. So, this conversation was quite full on and packed with a lot of information. Like, we started with some of like some every part of this conversation has been beautiful. So guys, please do listen to the whole thing or let me know if this makes sense to you guys, because sometimes I still don't know if what we speak on Instagram makes sense to people, or what we're speaking actually makes sense to everyone watching. So I'd like some, I mean, feedback will be great to know if this is helping y'all, if this is contributing. If you have specific questions, if anything, any of us, you can follow any of us and ask. But thank you so much. The earth is awesome. Enjoy Bhimtal. And I'm gonna go out with my dog also for a walk right now. I may actually go to the hill. So, the as an inspiration from Charu. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you for inviting me, Khushboo. This has been so amazing. Like, I don't like to come much often on social media, but you somehow have that energy to pull me on these lives. I
Mm,
think I've only come on lives with you.
yeah, yeah.
So,
Well, awesome. Cool, awesome. Like neither do I enjoy it. I mean, I do, but I don't because unless guys, it'd be great to have some feedback. To be honest, because sometimes I feel like this is great conversation with Charu, and I can keep talking to her, and we can keep talking about nature. But this is out for y'all, and when we get feedback of any kind, it gives us a sense of like, oh, okay, cool. This is fun for people. This is something we can contribute
they're getting
here.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
And I knew this was going to be fun talking to you. So have fun, enjoy your mountains,
Thank
and
you.
hopefully
You
I'll
too.
meet you somewhere,
I'll see you
sometime.
soon.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Bye.
Bye.